Hey bitches, how's it going? Hello, this is Editing Gemma. Just letting you know that basically the audio is a bit fucked in this video. The microphone stopped working whilst we were filming Ellen's and we didn't notice until we both went home and edited. That's okay. Just, it sounds fine, you can understand it, but it's a little bit scratchy and you may have to turn the volume down, okay? Just letting you know, because apparently me and Ellen are loud. Also, trigger warnings for this video. We talk about coming out, we talk about some of the bad bits with coming out, we talk about some of the things that Ellen especially has gone through coming out. So if you're going to be upset or particularly susceptible to things like that, just look after yourselves, honeys, and I'll have another video for you soon. Okay, bye, love you, bye!
Hello, hi everyone, how's it going? So today I am here with the wonderful, wonderful Ellen. Ellen, would you like to tell them a little bit about yourself?
Hello, my name is Ellen Jones. I am a fellow YouTuber. By day I am a student and by night I'm an internationally award-winning campaigner in LGBT rights, mental health and disability rights.
She's pretty cool.
You should all subscribe to me because amazingly not many people do.
And it's a travesty, it's a damn travesty.
And if you want to come over to my channel, we've just filmed a video about vulnerability online and like working out what your boundaries should be.
Sounds like you should go have a look. The link in description with all of that.
Gemma talks loads about masturbation, which I've heard is her brand, so...
It actually is my branding though. Every single time that I make a tweet about masturbation, like 100 people like it, and I'm like, is this what you people want? Today, we're going to talk about
coming out early.
Coming out early, because I came out at age 15. I want the world to know.
Got to let it show.
Or do you? Or is it a good idea? But I came out at 15, you came out at 14. And were you the first person to come out at your school?
As far as I know, but like definitely the one for whom it became like a massive deal.
My coming out was a bit weird because I didn't like come out and then date someone. I came out by saying to people that I was dating someone.
Oh, you did one of that.
I did one of that. So I was like, so I'm dating someone. They were like, great, who? And I'm like, this person. They're like, oh, you're dating her. Oh, that's how I came out to everyone, including myself.
I came out the first time in an RS lesson, so religious education lesson.
Oh, the best place to start.
My friend was like, what is up with you? Because like, I wouldn't tell them what was wrong. I like scribbled down a note of like, what would you say if I was a lesbian? And by that point, like I didn't know for definite that that's what was wrong, but it was like the fact that I thought I was gay was very much playing on my mind and like having an impact on my mental well-being. I kind of really didn't want to tell anyone, and I kind of got told like, you have to tell this one, you have to tell this one. Eventually it got out and then it went around my entire year group. And my parents...
Girls' schools!
My parents didn't know, but all my year group did. And then what happened was that I started getting bullied, but like because I'd also like implicated like another student and said another boy at another school who I went to primary with and said I'd done loads of sexual stuff with him. They were like, you come out as a lesbian or we're going to say that like you sucked off this boy. I was like 14. Yeah, it was quite horrible.
Like I said, like I kind of had a different coming out experience. Like, you poking the holes in my tights?
Yes.
How dare you? I had like a different coming out experience where like it was something that I chose to do, but I think because we both went to girls' schools, like if anyone's ever been to a girls' school, you know like as soon as you tell one person, every single other person in the entire school is gonna know like within half an hour. I was told a friend that I was dating this girl. And I wasn't the first person who'd come out at my school, but I was the first person to be like, I am dating someone in a gay way. And like the thing like I wanted to ask you, like I know obviously like your coming out story is like we've discussed a bit before, like off camera, like it's kind of famous and you're kind of used as like a sort of...
Yeah, so like for context, you don't know me, like I do quite a lot of media stuff, but when I got into that because I was used as a case study for a lot of like examples of like homophobic bullying or homophobic cyberbullying. I got like 18 months of death threats and being told to kill myself and harm myself and all this stuff. And later I became like this like nationally and internationally recognized campaigner, and so I kind of had the perfect media story. I was the perfect narrative of this bullied child becomes activist for the thing she was bullied in.
Yeah.
I still find that people want my sob story, like even though I'm very clear about the fact that I'm more than my like the traumatic things that happened. Like I am more than that, and especially like now, like with all this work I've done behind me, I still get invited to be a sob story, and I'm so much more than that.
In which case, like despite all of that, do you regret coming out as early as you did, or what do you think it's done that's good for you?
I don't regret coming out as young as I did, but I regret there's a narrative we have around being queer, which is like you realise you're queer, you struggle with that, you reconcile yourself with that, you come out, you get bullied, and you become okay with it. What I had was I came out, was bullied, I didn't really accept the fact I was gay till even as late as last year, whilst also being an international awarded campaigner. Like, there's a lot of like internalized stuff about what it means to be queer.
See, it's really interesting because like I think I have a similar like experience to that. Like I came out at 14, and because everyone, like I was like 15, and because everyone knew immediately, I didn't really get a chance to process or figure out. And like
I also didn't find my community till a lot later. Like we had to build an LGBT group. When you're a teenager, like you can't get into the bars and clubs, which are the only LGBT spaces, especially if you come from a small town like me. And there wasn't anything around. The first time I ever met like queer people was through my ex. I met my ex through a lesbian Tumblr blog. There was like people who lived in San Francisco who we would talk to on Skype, and like she basically like raised us. But there was like very much like a reliance on older queer people.
When you're that young, you kind of need a community.
You need a community, and you need someone to take you under your wing and say it's going to be okay, which is what I do now.
Because also like there is so much, like what you touched on earlier, there's so much like stereotypes.
Yeah.
I also didn't. But you're like, oh, I've done this. I should be at this stage emotionally.
Like I also didn't like fit into any of the norm. Like people who were like, what kind of lesbian are you? And I'd be like, the one that likes girls. I didn't feel comfortable with the way I started getting hypersexualized, like that young.
Yeah, no, I got hypersexualized as well. Like I just remember when I told adults that I was dating like a girl, or like that I was bi, the thing that really shocked them, and a lot of like in hindsight some of them have told me like I realised what I did was wrong and what I thought was wrong, but a lot of their responses, like they told me like their response was, well, how does this 14-15-year-old know that they like having oral sex with women? Like it was the focus on sex, like that was,
it's also sexualized.
What?
And it's one of the reasons why we don't talk about, like, it's one of the reasons we see this like backlash against LGBT education in schools. But also that comes out of the fact we don't talk about like what is desire and what is like what are the basis of a relationship.
Yeah. Whereas like I think when we came out, and I'm sure even today, like the rhetoric is like if you come out at that age, you're basically saying, I like having sex, and I like having sex with women, and it's weird and crazy and kooky. I'm like, I'm not. I just have a crush on this. Like, I want to date this person. She's pretty.
Like, I'm not even being funny. I'm like, I actually find myself saying the phrase, "I'm such a bad lesbian." So like, I don't really have sex with people. I'm a massive sex nerd, but I don't really have sex with people. And that's not to say I haven't with anything else, but like, I don't have sex with people, and like, I really felt like for a long time that made me like that illegitimized my sexuality.
Yeah.
Because it was like you have to be this hypersexual thing.
Yeah. There is like so much like rhetoric from both the LGBT community and the straights that like of like how it is, and it's like to be your sexuality.
You know, I think we grew up with the internet. Like not everyone has that access. Not everyone has access to kind of. I grew up in quite a progressive family, like relatively. Yeah. Not everyone has that. Like you're getting all these messages about. You're really susceptible to all the messages you get at that age because you maybe don't have as much critical thinking and also just less knowledge.
Yeah.
And why one of the reasons we need a really good quality education in schools is because otherwise you leave people vulnerable to any kind of general messages.
But what I do think that coming out at that age was good for me.
I wouldn't have lasted if I hadn't.
And also like I think going through those experiences, like as shit as they were, made me the person that I am today.
Oh yeah, definitely.
And I think like you've got to come out at whatever age you want to. Come out when you're safe. Is
like that's the other thing is like I was able to like know that I wouldn't be kicked out.
Yeah. But like for me at least, like knowing that my family weren't gonna kick me out and I just had to deal with whatever shit people were gonna give me, but I think that made me part of the person who I am today.
Yeah.
And that like made me very, very quickly realise, no, you have to decide what you want in life and you can't listen to other people about like what they think that you want or need. And also, even if you don't know what you want at that age, that's okay.
It's okay if you never know what you want.
It's okay. Nobody does. Like, it's fine. I'm not bisexual. I'm the epitome of not knowing what I want.
I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want.
So tell me what you want, really, really, really want. I want girls and boys and non-binary people and some gender non-conforming people and trans people and just generally anyone, actually.
Mood.
Thank you for coming on my channel.
Thank you for
coming out. I'm at your house. This is great. Check out Ellen's channel. Her channel will be in the link in the description below. Please check her out because she's amazing.
And subscribe. Don't just check me out.
How dare you? Oh, look at that.
Perfect.
Perfect.
Oh my god, right.